Welcome back to my cake kitchen. Yes, I know I wasn't supposed to be here, but hey, we have a lemon drizzle cake to make. I have a very long and busy weekend ahead of me, and there's a lot to catch up on, so I thought I might as well just come back and catch up with you. We're baking, nothing more. It's been a heavy previous session, so let's just stay here so I don't burn any more cakes. There's Delaney in the chat. Those of you, I know there are people who weren't expecting me, but anyway, that's all right. It's a British classic lemon drizzle cake, except I'm just going to make a few tweaks to this cake because I'm going to be stacking this cake up. So it is essentially going to be a sort of subtle lemon cake, as in subtle lemon sponge, where the lemon flavor is very, very subtle. And then we'll create the glaze in another video in future, which is either tomorrow, and then we'll use that as the glaze. I hope that sort of makes sense. But yeah, if you see me for the first time, hello there. I am Gladys. I love cake. I make them. I talk about them. I could talk my life to death about cakes. Now, yes, we have the ingredients. The ingredients I have here is about 425 grams of caster sugar. I'm using butter this time because I want the flavor of butter, but to enhance the texture and crumb quality, I am adding a bit of oil. So we have about 235 grams of butter here, 245 actually, and then there's just 90 mils of vegetable oil, and then there is buttermilk, into which I've added about 40 mils of lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice, and that's about a lemon and a half of 2 lemons, and I have the zest of 5 lemons over here, right? What we're going to do is, and on the side I have self-raising flour. There's 450 grams of self-raising flour, and into that I've added a pinch of salt just to enhance the taste of it. For the quantity I have here, I am going to be using a stand mixer for convenience, and also for the quantity. You can definitely use a hand mixer for the amounts that we have here. I'm baking these as 1.5 inch deep cakes. Bear with me. I'm baking this as 1.5 inch to 2 inch cakes in a 7-inch pan, and that is what we are doing. So I'm going to move the ingredients out of the way. And if you didn't know, previously we were here earlier where I made red velvet cake, and I made a red velvet cake, and I also made a vanilla sponge cake. We have 2 vanilla sponge cakes, and we have the red velvet cake. Truth be told, the red velvet got burnt because I got carried away on the session, and yeah, so I'll have to come back tomorrow and rebake all of that again. But in the meantime, we are here, okay? And yeah, Dolly is back in the chat. Dolly, darling, how are you, my lovely? Oh, by the way, there's another ingredient I haven't actually spoken about, which is the eggs. There's about 280 grams of eggs here. That's about 5 to 6 large eggs. But into that, there is about 4 egg yolks in the quantity. So there's 4 egg yolks. That's about 80 to 90 grams by themselves. And then the rest is made up of... you're in my home kitchen, so if there is noise, it's my son, okay? Sometimes he doesn't realize that mama is baking, and I think if you've been here for a long time, you really don't mind either for the noise that he makes. So please bear with me. Dolly is saying she's fine, and yeah, well, the family and myself, we've been fine. I've been here already on a 3-hour live session anyway, so the boy has been shouting in the background. So Dolly, we're great to have you. Have you been working today? So in here first, for what I want the flavor of the lemons and the zest to come through. So what I'm going to do is just allow the lemon zest to sort of coat the sugar, and then the oils kind of take into the sugar a little bit. That brings a bit of citrus, lemony like flavor that is just like nothing else. That's what I'm going to do. So first of all, I am just, if you see me looking around, looking for my paddle attachment, And what we're going to do is just let this mix so that the sugar will mix into the lemon zest over here. Were you working today, Dolly? I like the smell of lemon zest because it kind of like so nice and it overwhelms my kitchen, and it's such a nice citrus flavor. I love it. Okay. I'm just going to let it go for a few minutes. Jesus, Dolly has had a full day's work, and she just came back home to decorate and have a cake delivered. Ooh, that feeling. Jesus, Dolly, well done. That's what you call determination, right? Determined to succeed at all costs. Good for you. Right, into that I'm now going to add the butter. I mean, if you've been here, I'm okay with margarine if you like. I mean, it's cake at the end of the day. But the reason why I employed butter here is I really want the flavor of butter. Seasonings. Seasonings, darling. How are you? Have you drunk tea? Have you drunk coffee? I'm just checking on you, friend Steph. How are you? I feel like I want to give you a hug. Oh, Lord. Now this is kind of creaming. Dolly says, I need my bed now, but let's finish the live. Okay, darling. I promise we're not going to be any longer than we need. Okay? And lemon cake actually bakes quickly. And for those of you who have been here when I've used margarine, you can see that from the base, the creamy mixture is different because it kind of like holds together before it breaks up, which is what my butter looks like, because butter is firmer and steadier in structure than margarine, because margarine is essentially like vegetable fat that has been made solid. Okay, so that's one thing. I'm just going to let it go a little more. Dolly, here's a question for you. Amongst all the cakes that you bake, what is your favorite choice of cake to bake? Now what I'm going to do is scrape the sides in so we have a fuller mix, and I'll let it go a little more. I like butter, but butter has a place in baking, and it's certainly showing, right? So I'm just going to let that go. Oh, okay. Dolly likes to bake a chocolate and Victoria sponge. Yeah. I mean, we're in England. You couldn't do without a Victoria sponge, could you? Am I the only baker who doesn't like Victoria sponge though? I guess when you say a Victoria sponge, it's a very specific type of cake, which is a variation of a vanilla cake, but it is a very specific type of cake though, which I personally don't like. But that is neither here nor there. I've just added a touch of vanilla. It's a lemon cake, so vanilla will make a huge difference, but I like it nonetheless. And then into that, we are adding some of the oil now. The oil is going to kind of break the entire mixture apart, but it will all come together. Never you mind. Okay? Look at it. Because the thing with vegetable oil is that oil will give you a very delicate, soft crumb. But the problem is oil is flavorless. Okay, so you lose out on flavor over here. So I decided to kind of balance things out by bringing the butter into the recipe, just so that I have the advantage of the delicateness that the oil will bring, but also bringing the flavor and steadiness that the butter brings. So we're going to cream that a bit more. Steph says all is well. Tea, no coffee yet. Steph, did you drink your tea standing or sitting in cold, in quiet contemplation? Because I tell you what I have had tea in quiet contemplation and with a bit of tissue in the corners of my eye. But I've kind of patted my makeup dry and I'm like, let's get this over with, okay? We can't be out here being heavy all the time. So great to have you back, Seasons. Now, into that, I'm going to start to add the egg yolks first. It's because I have the oil in it. I need the egg yolks to help the emulsion set first before we add everything, okay? So there you go. So that should come together. And Steph, I was saying, the red velvet we baked on the last live, it got burnt. I'll post a picture in the morning, okay? I will. I'll post a picture in the morning. Right now it's like, let's just get it done. But we bent the red velvet. We got so passionate and forgot we had a job to do. And in real time, by the time I kind of turned to the oven, the red velvet was looking very crusty and dry with black bits on the side. And I'm like, okay, the red velvet is really showing how I'm feeling. But hey, there you go. So if you're wondering what we're making a lemon drizzle cake. So now that we've added that, let's add the rest of the eggs. It is mixing. And then we'll get our okay, now I'm turning that to full function so I can add the flour. And whilst that is mixing, we are just going to add our buttermilk Essentially, this is an adapted form of my original vanilla recipe. We're just going to let that all mix together, and we'll scrape it in for a homogeneous mix, and then we'll transfer it straight to bake. Okay, that's enough. All right. I mean, a lemon cake, a lemon drizzle that is going to be filled with curd, you want to just make sure that everything is not too lemony. You want a nice balance of sweetness in every way. So that is the goal I am aiming for, to have just a nice balance of the lemon flavors coming through from the curd, buttercream, and the cake itself. So whilst a normal lemon drizzle cake derives its lemon flavor from the drizzle, which is the, what have I done? Which is from the syrup that is made and poured over it. I am balancing that out because I also don't want the cake to be, how do I put it? The amount of syrup to kind of bring the flavor up I use self-raising flour, Dolly, self-raising. I've always been the baker who uses self-raising flour. And even in recipes where it is suggested you use plain flour, unless there's a specific reason for it, I just replace it with self-raising, and then I do away with adding the rising agent. Yep, got the balance right. So it's not too lemony, but it's not bland vanilla cake either. So, and so into that, I'm just going for okay. Because this is a 7-inch light bake, this shouldn't take long. We should be done very quick and then get to our bed like Dolly wants to. Dolly, don't worry, we'll be done soon, yeah? Because this is not going to take the hour 15 minutes. This should take maximum 40 minutes and then we're done. Okay, what I'm going to do is just put some water on the base to help cool the oven. And the preheating, I kind of preheated it accidentally at a very low temperature, so I'm going to have to leave this kind of go a little bit more. And then when that is done, we will finish baking this, because I need 4 layers of this, so I won't be baking the next 2 whilst we're here, right? And then the red velvet, for those of you who weren't here when we made the red velvet, I burnt the red velvet. There you have it. I just want to show you, those who were here, we made a red velvet cake. And ish, my ear is ringing. Now normally when I bake, I wrap them in cling film, because these I will be using next day, so just need it to set completely. And yeah, that's the red velvet. I know it doesn't look anything like it to you, but yeah, for those of you who were here earlier when we baked it, it's crusty on the sides. It will still be all right though, because I'll be leveling and kind of cutting the cake out. So you see, not every bake is perfect. That's all. Just an encouragement to you. If you have baked a cake and it's not perfect, it's edible, okay, and it works. And yes, I want a nicely freshly baked cake, and it is freshly baked, but it's burnt, and it's okay. All right. For all of you in the chat, hello, thank you for stopping by. Do you all like to bake? I'm just curious. Don't be a bystander or a passerby. Join the chat. Shamise, hello. Where are you joining us from? Hello again, Lollipop. Lollipop, you didn't see the notification because I never told anyone I was coming back, did I? I was sure I was gone. You missed it, but turns out, hello, we burnt our red velvet, darling. We burnt it. My belly hurts, okay? So, yeah. And then, all right, I'll tell you, okay, this sunglasses, try not to burn a cake. Okay, so it's 9:38. We are baking for 40 to 45 minutes. Oh, there's a cooling mechanism in there. So we are waiting till about 10:15. Okay, so the reason why I came back was because I burnt the red velvet cake, which means I'm going to have to bake the entire thing again, which means it's thrown the spanner into my baking schedule tomorrow. Because remember, I told you I have a 2-tier cake and 2 single cakes. Right, I have a 2-tier 7-inch and 5-inch cake. It's a very complex cake to derive. That's one. And then I have a 6-inch cake, and I have a 6-inch cake to serve 20, and I have a 6-inch cake to serve 30. So that's my life and my lot for all these cakes. And so there are quite a few layers to go, right? Except the 5-inch cake that makes the 2-tier cake is the red velvet, and I burnt the damn thing, so I have to rebake it, which means it's thrown the spanner in my baking schedule for tomorrow, which means I have an extra task to undertake. So I thought, instead of just sitting there and licking my wounds and feeling sorry for myself, let me just come back and finish the one part of the lemon drizzle cake, which means it takes away the extra task, and then we'll catch up tomorrow when I will bake some more vanilla and some more red velvet. Does that sort of make sense? So that's why I came back. So I didn't think I was, but yeah, it's nice to come back and to be able to make a lemon drizzle cake. So yep, if you just see me for the first time, hello there. And for those of you who were stuck with me for 3 hours whilst it got heavy, thank you, and great to have you back, my lollipop. Have you had dinner? For those of you in the UK, this is a full day's gone by, you know, and it's nearly bedtime. Dolly wants to go to bed. She just wants to stick around for the live to finish before she goes, okay? So, dear God, let this be done quick so that people can go to sleep, because people have to go to work in the morning, right? But for those of you who are not going to bed yet and you're right in the middle of your day, what's going on with you? What are you doing with yourselves? Are you sneaking out here to join the live because you're... Dolly is asking, the 6-inch cake that feeds 20 people, how many layers is that? It's a 4-layered cake that stands at 6 to 7 inches tall. Okay, the 4 layers, you're looking at each layer being just a little less than 2 inches. So let's say 1 3/4 inches ish. Fill in, add buttercream, or 1.5 inches, including buttercream, and it stands just shy of 7 inches tall. And it doesn't serve exactly 20, it serves up to 24. And the only reason I say 20 is because the 4 is just an allowance for the customer. So I don't know if it was you I was telling in a consultation. Normally when I derive cake servings, I don't serve to the exact number. It doesn't help anybody. It might help me because obviously when you're a cake maker, you derive the servings based on the professional guide, which is either the 1-to-1 or 1-to-2. But as you can tell, there are so many ways to derive cakes now, you know, in terms of servings. So my servings kind of have a start and a finish. So if they don't make 24, it doesn't matter, but at least they will get 20. And then the 6-inch to serve 30 stands at nearly 10 inches, nearly 10 inches. So it's a 6-layered 6-inch cake with each layer of cake standing just shy of 1.5 inches. Again, with buttercream, it stands at nearly 9 inches tall. So that is nearly a double-barreled cake that serves nearly 16 for each. Say if you took it part and it's 3 layers, if you took the 6-inch 6 layers apart to half and half, each one stands at 4 inches, if you like, by itself, and it serves up to 34 servings, if you like. So yeah, that is. Right. So yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you remember it, Dolly. Thank you. Kefi. Is it Kefil or Kefi? I can't. It's okay. Let's say Kef. Thank you. Thank you. He like reading out my own compliment is kind of wild, but thank you. I appreciate you for being here and for being so positive. Lollipop says, I bought some blocks of floral margarine, 200 grams for £1. Where? I need to bake with them soon. Pasta, broccoli, peas, and cheese. I bent it a bit. Well, were you distracted by your snake? Right. I bent it a bit at the bottom of the pot because I went to where did you go, Lollipop? I went to Iceland. Is Iceland close by? When I used to live in a flat, Iceland was just downstairs, and it was just downstairs and across. And I literally used to go to Iceland sometimes. Don't judge me, but I have been to Iceland in my pajamas before. Okay? It's all right. I've lived before. Oh, okay. You went to the loo. Okay. And then you go. That's a long time to leave your pasta to burn. Lollipop. I wonder what you were doing in there. No, it's okay. I don't mind. Okay. Oh, dear God. Yeah, I know. You know, sometimes like the mouth just runs before the brain can clock what you're saying. So yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh God. Have we started? No, we haven't. Okay, we haven't. Let's just stay here. We just need 3/4 of an hour and the cake will be baked and we'll all be gone to our house. Okay? That's all. Whilst we're at it, I think I might as well just, I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit like, should I just, I think we could, what am I doing? What am I doing? Nisha is asking, where am I from? Nisha, how are you? How about, Nisha, I know you're curious, okay, darling? And if you've been here, I don't mind telling people where I'm from. But what happened to, how are you? Hey, it's nice meeting you, like person. Hey, stranger. Let's see. Lollipop, Iceland had salted and unsalted offer. You go, Lollipop. If I had enough money, I would buy the lot and put them in the freezer, because salted and unsalted butter for £1.75 each. It now sells for £1.99 and £2.05 each. Anne is back. Anne, darling, how are you? I'm Sikanda. How are you, my lovely? Great to have you back, people. You know what? Instead of just blabbing into the air, let's just get on and sort of prep for the next red velvet cake. Let's just get on with it, okay? Because, yeah, I mean, yeah. I could either stand here and entertain you like the clown, or I can just make an effort to kind of prep for the vanilla cake, the red velvet cake. And then I have less to bake tomorrow, but trust and believe there's more to do tomorrow anyway. If you see me wondering, I'm thinking. First of all, I need my bottle of water. Okay, I need to hydrate. Right, now that's enough water. If I'm able to finish this water, that would be my hydration goals met for today. Lollipop, I think what you want to say is that you're a princess, you get driven. It's not that you don't have a car. I'm sure you do. It might not be yours, but you do have a car. You just get driven around like a princess that you are. Come on, be honest. Oh. And then we're back on a live again.
Wow.
Yep. Because we didn't want to sit around and be lazy. We didn't want to sit around and be lazy. Lollipop said, them cups are quite good, you know. I filled my daughter's up with ice this morning and it was still the yes. Okay. So this one is actually a flask. Ooh, when I tell you that one time I filled this with lemon sip. And I mean hot scalding lemon sip. And I attempted to drink that lemon sip through this thing after I left it sitting there thinking that it's probably cooled. My darling, if I told you the story, my mouth didn't feel the same for about 4 days. Lollipop, you'll be alright. You're alright, darling. Okay. Hello, sir.
Go and put Nico on.
Ooh.
Gun fails. Go and put
Oh no! When it starts blasting, that will be a copyright issue for me. Please don't do that.
No, upstairs, I mean.
Do you want me to tell the people what you've been doing? Okay, come and say hello then.
Hello, guys.
Hello, people. That's the little producer. We have a special appearance by the little producer who says hello, guys. You know we can't touch anything.
It says overheating.
See? Lollipop says, you keep asking who is Lollipop, right? Lollipop is in there. Lollipop says, hey, little producer.
Hello.
Yeah. Which lollipop? Like the candy or person?
The person. Lollipop, my friend. The furniture.
Wait, it says land. Is it like so many lollipops?
Yeah, every time Lollipop enters a chat, you'll see.
Lollipop.
On,
Oh, are you? Say goodbye then.
bye.
Bye.
What are you guys going to do? Are you going to play your game or you're going?
Yeah, we're finishing soon. We're going to bed.
Yeah, the little producer is gone. So What am I doing? I'm just measuring the ingredients for the red velvet. Again, we have 450. Whew. Can you tell I'm tired? We have 450 grams of sugar, and into that we have 325 grams of butter. It's okay, Lollipop. We don't judge. We listen. We don't judge. And into that, I am going to add some vanilla. I'll set that aside. Now we need the eggs. That's the issue, you see. The eggs are on the other side. Big producer. Big producer. Oh, these people, they are unhelpful. Who are these unhelpful lot I have in my house? People, I'm just getting a glass bowl. I need one. We can hear you, little producer. My toddler is going round the playpen, ignoring my request for her to settle down. Ooh, the toddler used her own paint. Oh, on the phone. Oh my God. Did you manage to clean it up? Big producer and mini producer.
What?
We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now let's get some eggs in. Tomorrow we'll come back and do the what do they call it? The lemon syrup, and finish with. Anyway, I know we need about 5 to 6 eggs, so I am not going to kind of like bother myself too much about it. Where's the rest of the buttermilk? Yeah. There you go. And if you ever run out of buttermilk, I am supplementing that with some milk and vinegar. That will just, they are not the same thing though. The only reason is that I only needed about 40 mils of milk, and into that I'll be adding vinegar, but first I need that to warm up. Lollipop says, oh, I think the toddler is able to suck all the energy out of me to keep this going. How is she not dizzy? My dear, children have some energy levels in them where we the adults cannot compete. Okay, by the some days when I decide that I want to enjoy mama activity and then take my son for a walk. Ish. After say, just give you some context, say the steps of about 7,000 steps around the countryside area where we live, and the entire, it's a circuit, like, and the entire walk is about an hour and 15 minutes exactly to and from, if we cover the circuit, and that covers a little over 7,000 steps. Can I tell you, when I finish with that walk, that's my exercise done for the week. The last time I was here telling you, oh, I did that exercise and I feel so energized. Ask me if I've been again. My bones are still trying to recover. Okay? My bones. Hi, Lorena. Lorena, hi there, darling. How are you? My bones are still trying to recover, and yet, here's the part that blows my mind. The boy is still going. There's something to be said about young blood, isn't it? So leave them children alone. Don't compete with them. Just let them live and do their thing. A tablespoonful plus a teaspoonful. An hour and 15 minutes is a long walk. It doesn't feel like that when you are overly ambitious. And then after the walk, you're like, this is me. After that walk, when I open my door, I'm like, I just want to now stay on the sofa and do nothing for the rest of the week. Oh, lollipop, you used to do handstands, push-ups when you were 8. God bless you. That wasn't me. Oh, God. The whole idea of the walk. I mean, the last couple of days, I've wanted to do the walk. What day is today? Is Wednesday. What did I do on Monday? Monday, I tried to do the walk. Yes, Monday I did. I only did 10 minutes and I went and I sat in a park and I lay there and I enjoyed the sunshine. And the day was over and I came home. That was it. What are we doing? Yeah, looking for self-raising flour. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm organizing ingredients for the red velvet. Well, Lollipop says, I remember doing the handstand push-up for fun when I was 8. I have no idea what started it, but I know I bruised the ligament and chipped a bit of bone off, so I didn't do it much after. Ooh! Oh! Lollipop. I would just live vicariously through you, Lollipop, okay? That wouldn't be me. I don't think I will have the courage to do that though, like the handstand. Some days when I think about people who do yoga, I'm like, what kind of special people are you people? Bending your bodies in ways that bodies are not supposed to be bent. Maybe I'm a belligerent oof, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll live with that. But my bones hurt, darling. Dolly, go and catch some sleep, okay, my lovely? You're tired. You can check back on the community post tomorrow just to see how the cake's finished off. Yeah? But otherwise, good night. It's almost it's almost 10 past 10. As in, it's past 10 if you like. So yeah, good night, my lovely. I'll catch you when you come back. Okay, thanks for stopping by and hope you have a good day tomorrow. Okay, this time I'm going to learn my lesson and I am going to sift this whole thing because earlier I didn't sift it and I had nobody but myself to blame. Okay? Look what I've done. I have barely... This is really real, you know. When you're in the kitchen trying to achieve perfection, and perfection is just far from reach sometimes. Look, just try to sift. There we have it. I don't know if I was able to put the salt in that. There you go. So, all ingredients sorted. Now I'm contemplating whether we should start the whole process again. Oh, okay, maybe. Let me wash my hands, wipe the worktop. You know who I haven't seen in the last few days over here? Good Vibes. Where is our Good Vibes? There you go. So we have our ingredients all lined up, which is great. No. We have our... Yeah, we've got everything we need. I think... we might just get the whole back and get this done so that as soon as the lemon comes out, we can just go on. Aren't we in such a need of good vibes? Yeah, we might just speak it into existence so that good vibes will, because I think good vibe is in America or some part like that. So this is still like mid-afternoon ish because it's 10 mid to early, almost like, yeah. Because if we take away 6 hours, yeah, this is about, it's about 4 p.m. in some places. Anytime between 3 to 4 p.m. in most places. So depending on... Okay, so Seasons is asking, I'm thinking about a cake I want to attempt to make. No box mixture. I do have a hand mixer. Okay. Steph, you are in the seat now because every question I'm going to ask you is to help you get to the part where you actually get to make this cake, okay? Because essentially those are the reasons why we are here. I am always like, you should see my brain chemistry literally shift when someone says, you know what, I actually want to try this. I'm like, okay, how can we get you there? So Steph, take a seat for me, grab yourself some tea. No, actually grab yourself tea and a notepad and let's get into it. Okay, Steph, I know you cook. That's not a problem. And an African woman and who can cook, I don't care if you've never baked, you'll be all right as long as you are given the appropriate ingredients that will mix together. So I am happy for you over there. So Steph, have you baked before? You don't have to go for plain vanilla. Be a little ambitious, honey. Be excited. But yeah, if on a spectrum of 1 to 10, where do you think your interest in baking is? We're talking 1 being, I don't really care, but I love this channel, so I want to try. Or 6 being, you know what, I've done it before and I've done it again. I don't hate it, but you know, something just wants to make me try. Or you're 9 or 10, which is like, I'm in. Where are you? Faith is like, what are you making? Faith, I am baking a cake. There's a cake that is baking and I'm prepping ingredients for another bake. Okay, so Steph, where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Let's go drink some more water. I'm trying to get Steph to find your faith. Find your faith says yum yum. Yeah, it is. First of all, if a vanilla is the cake you want to bake, I'm sure you will do absolutely fine. I just want to fine tune, help you fine tune what your outcome is so that you'll feel confident attempting it. That's all. I mean, Steph, you're a 7. There's nothing I can tell you. Just go and bake the thing, okay? Just get up and go bake it. But yeah, 7. I am a 7. Yes, I've baked before and it's always like, okay, thick, similar to uncooked or wet, humid feeling in the outer. Okay, right. So, first of all, if you want to undertake, why vanilla though? Why vanilla? Is it because you perceive that to be simple to make? Susan says, you just made me laugh so hard. Simple. Okay, do you like cake as a person? Because you can like baking and not like cake that much. They're 2 different things. Both, you don't have to be both. I love cake because I bake the thing. I don't like cake because I don't like eating it, okay? For the amount of cakes I make, I can tell you. I know I don't look like it and I look like a kid in a candy shop. But when it comes to eating cake, it's not my thing. I like to make the thing. Find your, Faith says, I love your voice. Oh, Faith, look at you. Thank you. Okay, so Steph has already told us her problem with baking, as in the outcomes of her bake. So let's begin by unpacking some of the things that may still yield you good results with what you already know. First of all, what ingredients do you have access to, as long as pertaining to the ingredients I discuss here all the time, from margarine to butter and everything else in between? What ingredients specifically do you have access to? Because the truth is, sometimes it may seem awfully easy to assume people have access to everything I am using here, and that is not the case. For instance, I know caster sugar is not easily accessible in some parts of America, or in some parts is labeled differently. So what exact ingredients are you kind of used to? You like cake and maybe eating it once a month. You know what? Once a month is about okay. It's called balance. I'd be very concerned if you said I ate it once a week, Steph. I'd be looking at you like, are you round like Jackie said? Auntie Jackie said, I am rounder as they come in the middle. Lord, no. Access to everything. I need to start with an actual cake pan. Fantastic. Okay. In the past, what recipe have you been using? Is there a traditional recipe? Because what I almost always aim to do is that I want you to start with what you have and then work at it before switching to something completely different. I mean, you've seen me bake here, you've seen the result. If you want to pick one of my recipe, go right ahead. But I want you to kind of like look at your recipe again so that we can see if we can correct the problems. Because you know what? Sometimes the point is not changing the recipe. The point is identifying the problem within the recipe and around its environs, whether the influencing factor is the heat source or the technique for deriving, so that we can correct it. Because you know what I also know about recipes. Recipes are not just recipes. For some people, recipes are heirlooms. Recipes are things that are passed on. And it's always important to acknowledge the recipe source and what relevance it holds to you before we even make recommendations for new things. Does that make sense? So if you don't mind sharing. Oh, okay. You've only oh Lord. Huh. For those of you who are just joining me, you know what? We do have a laugh here, but we do also seriously bake. So I'm not mad about a little rounder because I haven't met a square person yet, okay? Have you met one? Have you met a square person walking your streets? Hello, tell me in the chat. Because if you haven't noticed, we are all a little round when the clothes are off, okay? Is there? Okay. There you go. Steph, stop it. You are not a cat. A cat is fluffy. Okay. Gladys, don't bend the cake. Don't bend the cake. Don't bend the cake. Ooh. Okay, Glad, don't bend the cake. Glad, don't bend the cake. Lollipop, have you met a square person walking around? Whew. Steph. Steph. The intention was not to make you do anything, okay? Just eat the cake. That's all. Lollipop just threw a spanner in the works. She says, the Minecraft fellows are awfully square. Have you met one in real life? Oh, Steph says, I'll start walking during the lives. Steph, if you want to take up walking, good luck to you. But don't come tell me about your achy knee and ankles. Because I can tell you, I have that problem. Okay? When I go for a walk and I come back, my leg... Okay, let's stop complaining. Let's talk about Steph and the cake, okay? But I don't know how this conversation kind of descended into this lane about square people and fluffier people, okay? Is that what you call them, fluffy? Is it a full fair fluffy or the real thing fluffy? Just asking for a friend. Oh, okay, let's come back. Let's come back home. Okay, Gladys come back home. Okay, Steph has always used a box mix. Well, the scratch bacon and a box mix can be awfully different. Okay, but for a 7, you still know your way around baking, so I'm not entirely concerned. So if you want to bake a vanilla cake, then yes, pick the recipe we did earlier, which is this one, the one that yielded. What's the size of your cake pan? What's the size of your cake pan, Steph? Lollipop. Steph, that's all the encouragement you will ever need from Lollipop, okay? If you need someone to kind of like ride with you till the dawn of time, that will be loyal Lollipop out here. Because she says she eats cake once a week and it makes her happy. Okay. Oh. Okay. Chocolate every day. Oh, you don't have... Okay, I missed it, Steph. Sorry. Okay, I use glass casserole dish. It's fine. Okay, on a serious note, on a serious note, we just want to make it lighthearted, but it's a serious subject between people's interest and, you know, it's a thing. Okay, right. Steph, here's a little encouragement for you. Glass pans are not great for baking, okay? If you want to get great consistent result, glass is not, especially a casserole bowl, because a casserole bowl is tampered, as in it is the way the glass is made. It's made to, if you put the casserole in, it has to stay in there for a very long time so that it slow cooks and that. A casserole dish is not a great baking pan for a cake generally, honestly. No wonder the results are a little bit tricky, especially on the inside and on the sides. Not a good thing at all. What I will say though, without having to send you out to splurge on baking pans, because if you know me over here, I will give you the hack for the best outcome. Go grab yourself a band pan. Do you know a band pan? Do I have one here? My band pan is upstairs. You know them sort of Christmas sort of band pan. If you enter Google search band pan, as in B-U-N-D-T, a band. Especially for if you enjoy baking occasionally and you just want to focus on a nice bake that is easy to derive without faff, and drama, but still great tasting, just with minimal effort. A burnt pan should be, because the burnt pan is the one you bake the cake and then you flip it and then the bake takes the form of the burnt. That should be a very good one. If you're shopping for it, check on Amazon, look for anodized. I don't know about American outlets. I know that in America some of your best outlets are your Daddy-O's, is it Daddy-O or something like that. They can be a bit expensive. A burnt pan, an anodized burnt pan on Amazon should be fairly reasonable. But then again, I don't know what the costings are. So run to your local like shops, like I don't know what your outlets are, whether it's Walmart or Lowe's or wherever that is. But with the fall season coming, you have the introduction of Christmas and fall type themes. So you can have some of those burnt pan, pick them in the shop. Just one or two should be the best you need. Because the thing is, whilst I want to encourage you to use what you already have, a glass casserole dish is just not going to be good for you. And no matter what I do, you're going to be yielding yourself some less than great results. And that is simply because you're using glass. It's not a great conductor of heat, especially for baked things like cakes. Because cakes need an even sort of heat to bake. And a casserole dish is not going to support that. But if we were making pies or any other bakes, there's a place and time for a casserole glass dish. And it's not just the casserole. Any glass dish I wouldn't recommend so much for baking. And that's just my 2 cents here for you, my darling. Okay? Okay, somebody's putting a tip in there. Smart, is it smart cackle or, okay, let's say smart, SMA, SMA says Cisco is the cheapest way. I don't know what Cisco is. If you're in America and you know what Cisco is, I guess you can see what SMA is saying to you. So yes, go pick that up. And if you do, you'd be glad you did. Because frankly, I will always encourage you to use what you already have even before. See, even the recipe, I started with the notion of what you already had, and you said you use box mixes. So especially between the use of you in America, most of your ovens are also conventional, not convection. There's a difference here. The conventional ovens have the wires, the heat wires running at the bottom or the top, where the heat source just radiates down with no circulation around. Okay, so that will impact on your outcome if you're using a casserole dish for cakes. And cakes are very delicate. Cakes are very delicate. So you know what? Here's a tip for you. I only recommended a burnt pan because for a baker like yourself, who is a 7, who is just looking to master just baking, and I just, pardon my assumption, but I just imagine you wanting to bake so you can cut the pieces and enjoy it with yourself at home and family and, you know, with loved ones around you. A burnt, you can never go wrong with a burnt. A burnt is very adaptable, or even a loaf pan, except a loaf pan can be very limiting for you because if you're not baking a loaf, which is like very linear, what else are you doing? But a burnt is great. So if you're starting anything, a burnt is a good pickup. But if you can afford to pick a different selection, for a 7 type of baker who bakes occasionally, a loaf pan, a burnt pan should be the 2 that should always be available in your kitchen. Because when you're having visitors in, when you have loved ones on seasonal occasions like the fall coming and Thanksgiving, you can always whip those up and you can use them again and again and again. Whereas when we're talking like cake pans themselves, which I use professionally, there's a place for that, and these can be awfully limiting because generally when you advance to this, you're looking to want to stack the cakes and decorate them. But you know what, you can equally get one broad like a 9 or 10 inch single round cake pan, and that should also work for you depending on what your goals are for baking. So without wanting you to go and splurge on things that you don't need, a band pan, a loaf pan, or a single wide or a single diameter cake pan. Okay, so if I was recommending one cake pan you should have in your collection without the band and loaf, I would say go for either a 9-inch cake pan, because a 9-inch, depending on what recipe, you can scale the recipe to get like a thicker bake that you can still decorate and still slice and without so much work to it. And that's the intention. So hopefully that sort of helps. Season says, I'm not a 7, maybe a 4. It doesn't really matter. The 4 is almost like, it's not like you hate baking. I mean, you're a mom and you cook and you do all these fancy things. So you're not a complete novice, Steph. So, I mean, you may not have cooking as an interest, but you're definitely not a novice. So don't mark yourself down for it. Okay, you'll be fine. Let's go check. Oh, okay. Let's go check on the lemon cake before it burns again. Because I've done it before. I've done the cake before. Oh, okay. Nearly there. Look. It's just a little still wet on the inside, but look at the cake itself. So I'm going to leave it in for another 10 minutes and yeah, we will literally be done. I think sometimes when we're talking about baking and where people are at, it could awfully feel like you have to be a professional. No, the whole intention is to be able to put a cake together that is suitable for you. Okay, and so there you go. It's almost done, but I'm just going to leave it in for about 10 minutes just because I want it to kind of settle all together with a crust on the top and on the side, because we're going to glaze this anyway with the syrup. And I've been stood here doing all this talking and I didn't do the syrup. Actually, no, I can do the syrup tomorrow. We can slice into the cake and then the syrup will go in, so that's fine. Lollipop, just go do your cake and bake the thing, because we know you, Lollipop. We know you, sis. We live with you here. We know you love a cake. So if you feel like you want to bake, go and bake. No apologies for that. Look, it's 10:30 nearly, and I'm still stood here baking. And I mean, I wouldn't be baking this cake if it wasn't for customers. I'd be doing something else with my life. The mixer is back up again. Okay, let's go and do something with our lives. Favor oh. Who sang this? This is me and you. Who sang this song? That song is in my head. I don't know where it comes from. There's a song. This is me and you. I know the beat. I can't sing. I can make you a cake. I can't sing. Right, so Steph is asking, if a cake is really flavorful with great texture, I prefer it without frosting. Steph, you're my person. I love you for that, because that is really me. Never mind, I make all these gorgeous cakes. The cake that has me stuffing my face like a pig is the cake that is by itself good I don't care for all the frosting. It has to come out of the oven warm and nice. I think my absolute joy of cake is a cupcake, like a vanilla cupcake with a nice crust to it. You break into it and it's falling apart. It's delicate, it's sweet, it's tender, and it's warm. I'm like, oh, you can have me. You can have me. This is so lovely. Okay, that's my cake dreams gone. Okay, that's it. Let's go and cream this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take the banana cake out. Oh, what's that banana cake? We're going to take the lemon cake out and leave it to cool on the side. And then when we are done with this, I'll put it... When we are done with this, I'll bring the lemon out. Unless there's an offer of caramel, then I'm definitely having it with your banana loaf. Lollipop, you just like the good things in life, okay? Lollipop, admit it. You just love the good things in life. Who does it? Me, because I like to be a martyr. I kind of feel like the amount of creaming I have done today, the amount of sugar and creaming I've done today, boy. Right, just scrape that in, mix, mix, mix again. And then we are going for egg yolks. Okay, so the egg yolks have gone in. Why am I dancing? I don't know. I'm just trying to cheer myself up whilst this is all happening down here. There you go. All gone in. Chop, chop, chop. Scrape, 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 scrape. And then we have eggs going in. Right, that is creamy. Okay, let's get this all together. A homogeneous mix. That's the word, homogeneous. And then keep mixing. Howdy, double-edged sword. Hi, darling. Double-edged sword. We are great. How are you? Okay, we're letting that go. Where have you been, friends? Howdy, friends. Great to have you back. Okay, now we're kind of mixing the flour into this, and then the buttermilk, obviously, and oh, the West is slowly being sucked out of me. So where are you headed? The East? I'm playing with you. What do you mean, darling? Okay, let this mix in. Oh, double-edged sword. I'm in Ghana, remember? You know what? I didn't catch that on the live chat last time. I remember you coming to kind of pass us some regards and encourage us in spirit, which was nice, in fellowship. You're feeling less Australian every day. What are you doing in Ghana? Because I think unless your handle has changed, because we had a friend of ours from Australia originally who was visiting the in-laws in Ghana. Because it seems like if that is you, the handle has changed. Has it? Or it's somebody else. I might be confusing you, but I remember my people, so it might just not be the same person. But you're feeling less and less Australian. I mean, if you're in Ghana, you should be feeling Ghanaian, especially with all that food and fun happening. Isn't it? So I wouldn't worry about Australia. I'll worry about Australia when I get to Australia. Except it's like you can take the guy out of Australia, but... See? I know you! My in-law. My in-law. You went and got your handle changed. Will that make you a better Christian? Well, see? That's why I couldn't kind of work out whether it was you or... I mean, you're feeling less than... I mean, tell me. You're in Ghana. You're having good food. The wife is happy. The in-laws have welcomed you. What's your problem? I mean, genuine question. Why are you feeling less and less? Oh, this is your channel. Okay. Right. We'll check you out then, my lovely. I don't think I caught you saying that last time, but I remember you coming in the very first time. I forgot the handle, but I know the person. When you told us you were in Ghana with your, you were visiting your, with your wife. Oh, well, that's lovely. You know what? Do you have a chance to stay in Ghana for as long as you want? I mean, that's a genuine question, because whilst it may awfully seem like you can abandon your life and just go on a holiday forever in Ghana, there must be a life to come back to, isn't it? So you have no problem. You were just kidding. Listen, even if you weren't kidding, it's okay. Just because you have everything you need doesn't mean you don't have problems. Life is a suffering, and you pick and choose your battles every day, which includes the mental ones. Okay? So don't worry, you'll be fine. How are the in-laws and the wife and everybody back home, my love? Are you having fun? Oh, okay. We've done the red velvet finally. Glad, don't bend it down. Don't bend the thing. Okay. When do you come back to Australia though, lovely friend? Lollipop, you're taking a gap year. To where? A gap year from us? Or you're taking a gap year to somewhere? You're taking a gap year to come. I mean, if you took a gap year to go to Australia, you would be right at home with them snakes, isn't it, Lollipop? You may. Oh. Angelina, it's the same. Angelina, that's okay, lovely. A quick, you know what? A quick hello is all we need. We know it's late. Angelina, thanks for stopping by. And double-edged devotion says, the wife is fine. Her mom is great. I mean, happy wife, healthy in-law. That's one happy man. Okay? Come back and catch up with us sometime when you can, Angelina. Okay, darling? Okay? Okay, so now that's the red velvet done now. Right, what I have to do, which should be smart, is to put the water at the back of the oven and then reduce the heat to 160. Okay, we will not be here for this to finish baking because nobody has time for that. But if you want to know the red velvet cake recipe, I'll put all the details on the community post for you to go check. In the meantime, let's go and have a look at our lemon cake. Where is the little one? The little person. He's gone off to sleep because he's normally not up this late. He was here earlier. You missed him. He made just a quick short appearance and then he went off. This is the thing about lemon cake. It is so delicate. Look at that cake. Look at how delicate this cake bakes. Oh, yeah, that's the lemon cake done. Darling, if the wife likes a lemon cake, she'll definitely love this one. Because this is supposed to be a lemon drizzle, but because it's going to be baked, it's going to be stacked. I have to find a way to enhance the lemon flavor. So there's a little bit of lemon in there. So it's not strong a lemon cake sponge. What we'll then do is that we'll drizzle it with the lemon syrup to soak into the sponges, and then we'll stack it. It's filled with curd and French buttercream, which is rich and creamy, and then it will be covered in the first layer of lemon flavored ganache and then finished off nicely. That's what we are going to be doing. They look delicious, my dear. They are delicious. Some days some days after making the cake, I kind of hate myself. I can't eat it. Because this is the cake I want to kind of like scrape a bit of the top and start munching on. But I can't. But at least I'm pleased they've baked level the way I want them to be. And all I have to do is just take off a small bit of the base, as in the bottom and the top, to rid of the crust. And then I stack them. There are 4 layers to stack up to 7-8 inches. A little over 7 inches, which is the base tier. And then we have the red velvet. So that's where we are. I like a lemon cake because it bakes delicate. Don't judge me, okay? I'm just picking on it because it's lovely. But don't judge me. My dear, Seasons, you are so lovely. So you know what, Seasons? Because you don't have the tin for the bake yet, I haven't skipped your the recipe discussion because you are present here. When you get your tin, just even if the one, don't overthink it. Just pick anything that will work for you within your budget. And then when you do, come back and let's talk about a recipe that will work for you. And then you can go bake and look like the hero. Don't worry, okay? Because right now, even if we talked about the recipe, you won't be able to bake it, would you? Because I don't want you going to bake it in a... Angelina, I will see you don't judge. Angelina Mate. Angelina says, we listen, we don't judge. Okay? Angelina, comito. Angelina Kripapoka. Only Angelina understands what I'm saying, okay? Angelina Codeto. Angelina. I love that song though. I like that song. That song used to make me think I could dance. Okay. Devotion said, oh, I made a Devotions. You made what? You made brownies in a glass pan. Tell us what the results were. Were they any good? The lemon cake is so delicate. If I'm not careful, they will fall apart, literally. So I'm just wrapping it, and what will happen is that I will put them in the fridge to set. I'll leave them on the countertop, but I will put them in the fridge to kind of set before I even stack them tomorrow. Because if I try stacking them at room temperature, this cake will fall apart. It's too delicate. Okay, we have done some great work today, you know. We have 2 7-inch lemon cakes. We have 2 6-inch cakes, and then we have the red velvet cakes that have gone left. But hey, don't focus on that. Okay, now the baking is done. The most important thing is the washing up. Lots of washing up. Okay, so you baked it in the glass pan and they came out great. That's fine because brownies don't need to rise. Brownies are set in the glass pan, so they are normally fine. Cakes don't bake well in glass pans. Yeah. But brownies and pies and different sorts of stuff like that are fine, you know. So Double-Edged Sword is asking, Gladys, do you bake every day? And what's your favorite thing to bake? Do I bake every day? Except if it's a Sunday. That's not even true. Because last Sunday I was visiting my sister, and it's Sunday morning, and church starts at 10 o'clock, and guess what? At 8 o'clock I was over there whipping a banana loaf before church. So the question about, do I bake daily? Realistically, no. But how many times do you see me here a week though? Now you see me almost 4 days a week, on average, 4 days a week. Right? Tuesday through to Friday. So if you think back the last time you saw me here, when was the last time I was doing something that wasn't baking related? I think on average, do I bake daily? No, not daily, no. But I would say up to 4 times a week I'm baking. Because even if I'm not baking on a live for you, I am baking to test recipes, or I am baking to create content with, or I am figuring something out. So up to 4 times a week, yes. So that's half of the week gone, sort of, baking. Does that answer the question? My favorite thing to bake. My favorite thing to bake. I couldn't tell you, because I am just like, I am not very, I'm not committed to one thing, you know. I am not, as a baker, the privilege I have is that I can make whatever I want. And some days a woman's interests and preferences shift, and her tastes kind of are skewered, and she wants to put stuff together. So my favorite thing to bake, can I think of it? No. But you know what? I'll tell you what is my favorite thing to eat. It's a very simple cake. Give me a vanilla cake with a nice crust. I was saying that earlier with the Steph seasonings. My favorite thing to eat as a cake maker is just a warm, lovely, delicate sponge out of the oven. Warm. Ugh. It's like it does something to my heart. And it's so easy. I can add ice cream to it, warm, and it will melt the ice cream and the cream and the ice cream. It's just my favorite thing to eat. But my favorite thing to bake, I'd be hard pressed to kind of put a thumb on it, because I like different things for different reasons. And yeah, I am not so sure, because I've baked a lot of things in 10 years. I've baked a lot of things. I have to think about that one maybe. Favorite thing to eat then, I've told you, a lovely warm vanilla cupcake. I like a nice chocolate cake. But no, a vanilla cupcake is an absolute go-to. The sponge has to be right though. There has to be like a little crisp or crunch to it, not dry, but you know, sometimes when you have a speck, that just feels so gritty because the sugar has crystallized and the browning. Now look at me getting into the nuance of how food feels for me, okay? Maybe I just like the ASMR of food, that's all, but yeah. Oh, lollipop, did you say your favorite thing to eat is a fluffy donut? Give me plain Krispy Kreme donut with just the sugar glaze, warm from the frying pan, like the frying thing from Birmingham. I will sell you my kidney for that. A nice Krispy Kreme donut. With a dollop of Haagen-Dazs cheesecake ice cream. I'm finished. I don't like the custard filling though. I don't like fillings in my donut. I kind of feel like it ruins the texture of the donut. Like it makes it very... No, 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 no. Don't put any filling in my donut. I don't care what it is. I don't even like jam donuts. Like, I like the dough, as in the fluffy dough. And I'm typically the person who will buy, say, if that was the only donut available and it's a jam dough, I will eat the dough around the filling and then throw the filling away. I'm that kind of person. Yeah, so no, don't put any filling in my donut at all. Just a nice warm donut from Krispy Kreme, plain. But Krispy Kreme has like all these different flavors and different things. But yes, my people, this thing that we're doing over here started at about 1 p.m. today, where I had to go and look like this. And then we checked in at 3 p.m. And even though the 3 p.m. ran all the way to after 6 p.m., I had to finish, sort the place out, check the people in the house, make sure everyone has something to eat. And then I was back at what? 9 p.m. Is it? And here we are. So my people, it's almost 11. Let's call it a day today. It's been great hanging out with you. Love you so much. And happy baking. Lollipop says, I've squeezed fillings out before, especially if it's too rich. I wonder what you did with that. Give it to the snake. Well, whatever you did with that, a donut is still a donut and it's still good to eat. So, good people, let's come back hopefully at 3 p.m. God willing tomorrow. Double-edged sword. Have a great one. Enjoy Ghana. Forget about Australia for now. And everybody else, good people, I'll see you on the next one.